Hey, I'm Matt McKenzie, and today I'm going to show you adding a second domain controller to our domain. First things first, waiting on everything to kind of power up. And we're going to go add roles, just like we did with the first one. Add role-based feature, choose the second DC, and we're going to choose Active Directory Domain Services with all of the snap-ins and tools. We already had DNS installed, but if you didn't, you would need to do that as well. And so we're going to go ahead and do next, install, hang out for a few minutes. Alright, and so now it's finished. Go ahead and click close, choose our flag, promote the server to domain controller. And this time it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to do add a domain to an existing domain, or domain controller to an existing domain. Domain already has it chosen because we're already joined and we're already logged in as a domain administrator. If you weren't logged in as a domain administrator, then you probably want to change your user. So we'll do next. And now one of our options will be we can always choose to make it a read-only domain controller. There's only very few scenarios you'd need to do that, so I'm not going to worry about that. If you plan on having multiple sites, you would go in and go to Sites and Services and create a new site. Say if you're going to have 2 locations or have a colo or something like that, you'd create another site so that servers or workstations on that other site can authenticate to that DC so they're not dealing with the latency. Just like the first one, you got to set up a DSRM password. So we'll go ahead and do that now. And that's pretty normal. They do give you the option to replicate from another DC. We actually, in another video, went in and promoted DC03, which is server core. So we could choose to replicate off of that one or the first one we did. Since it doesn't really matter, we're going to say, hey, any of the DCs, go for it. We're going to leave the default, but like I said, you could always change the location if you need to. Just make sure you have them backed up. Alright, and then let's verify we can promote. Everything looks good. We'll say install and we'll let it roll and hang out for a little bit. Okay, and it's about to restart because it finished and it was promoted to domain controller. So we'll let it reboot. And this might take a second. Alright, and so now we're back. Good to go there. Let's go in and we'll add this to our pinned up settings, and then we'll also go see, because now we should have in here domain controllers 1, 2, and 3. So that's how you add a second domain controller. Alright, well thanks for joining today. See you later.